What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day fiancé video, and this one is all about Bilal. But before we get into it, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, that is a member of Patreon, and that is a subscriber as we continue to grow. Now, with that being said, when it comes to Bilal, Bilal is someone that we now know to be a narcissist purely because everything always has to be his way, and it can't be any other way because simply that is who Bilal is. And when it comes to being a narcissist, one of the things that they struggle with is self-accountability. Well, Bilal decided to come out with a post where he's now wanting to be self-accountable, but to be honest with you, the post isn't even the interesting part of the video. But let's get into the post first. As you can see right here, ladies and gentlemen, Bilal comes out by saying, when you're wrong, and I've been wrong way more times than I have been right. I acknowledge I was in the wrong on so many issues. I support my wife 1000%. Now, at the bottom, it does say, #love happy. If you ask me, means I think what he really meant was love to be manipulative, love manipulation. And the reason why I say that, ladies and gentlemen, is simply because, well, as I was obviously reading this Instagram post up in particular, decided to go on Reddit, see if anyone had posted it, see what was going on. And then someone came out with a very, very interesting comment regarding this post up in particular. And that is actually the reason why we're here right now and making this video. Really and truly. I wouldn't have made a video just on that if you dig what I'm saying. But let's get into the post itself in particular. As you can see here, this person came up by saying, he seemed smooth, like the type to love bomb. I could see him being the type of guy who quickly starts dotting or a new girlfriend, lavishing her with affection, being supremely a charming gentleman, etc. Then once he's got you locked in a relationship, that's when his controlling nature finally comes out. That's when he finally tells you it's his way or the highway. And to be fair with you, that is something that we did witness in the car journey when Shahida did put her hands on him while he was driving. And he pretty much said, listen, if you do it again, I will stop at the side and I will happily leave you here. To be fair with you, at that moment in time, he then proceeded to continue their journey to where they were picking up his children and literally just left him in the car without even saying a single word. And then they got to where they were doing the prayer, which wasn't the mosque. I forgot what they called it in the episode, okay, so I do apologize. But when they got there as well, he did not care in any kind of way to introduce her to anyone. He was just like, we're here, get out of the car, let's just do this. Let's just do this damn thing. Because clearly he's one of those guys, it's my way or it's no way. But anyway, we continue. Bilal comes off as sly, well, 100% he's sly. I don't think he's smart. If he was, he would work on himself. But I think he's clever and has a plan whenever he dates women. He's been through 2 divorces. The guy has a lot of time and experience to refine his technique. And to be honest, when we talk about technique, we can say that we saw technique a lot within his mother and his sister too, because when it came to him addressing certain things to Shahida, that just didn't come out correctly or the way he wanted to come out so he can manipulate her, and she fought back. What happened? He sent in the big guns. His sister or his mother, because of course a woman's touch is always so much more gentle than a man's touch. And then once the mum got her saying, the sister got her saying, what happened? Bilal then got his own way. So to be honest, when we talk about this fine, him really, you know, finding a way to get his technique fine. His technique is more, if it doesn't work my way, I'll just get mum to do it for me. I'll get sister to do it for me. And it's crazy though, because throughout the whole season, we saw mum and sister continuously throughout the season, but we only saw his brother once at the very beginning, someone that we all had forgotten about pretty much. And it says that clearly his brother is not a part of his technique. He knows exactly who he needs to get his own way every single time. But also with that, but with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, he does continue, or sorry, this person does continue by saying, let's have a look here. That's it. I mean, the fact that he can still get a third woman to marry him when he behaves like he does says a lot about how manipulative and cunning he is. And you know what? That is 100% a fact. Now, also on top of this, person elaborates a little bit on their own experience by saying, I've met guys like Bilal, even made the mistake of dating someone vaguely like him in my 20s. I was naive and inexperienced. I know better. And to be honest, when we talk about naive and inexperienced, Shahida is someone that is definitely naive. And is she inexperienced? Not necessarily. She's been through her own little situations, but I think that she hasn't been experienced in terms of dealing with a man like Bilal. But either way though, just because she's never experienced a man like him, it doesn't mean that she can't identify the red flags about him. But this is the thing sometimes in life, ladies and gentlemen, some women in this world when they've been through a chain of good guys, when they finally find a bad guy or a guy that's challenging or a guy that's hard to figure out, you know, because it becomes some sort of a challenge. Some women just like the challenge of hoping that maybe they can finally change that person. But the funny thing is, once you finally get that person where you want them to be, ladies, those ladies I'm speaking to, not everyone, of course, what then? Because then your whole relationship is based on you trying to get a man to change his ways, when in reality you could have just been with a guy that already has the ways that you want, and he can be with you, given that you are already the way that he wants you as well. So therefore, your relationship is then more based on how to grow together, how to how to enhance each other, how to improve each other, the whole shebang. When you're spending time in a relationship with someone that you're looking to potentially change, you're looking to potentially have one over, you're looking to potentially be like, yes, I finally got you to do what I wanted. Yes, I finally got you to submit. Oh my goodness gracious me. What the hell do you want, a trophy? That relationship goes nowhere. It has a dead end every single time. The only dead end a relationship should look for, really and truly, is a day that one of you DIEs and you have to bury each other, if you get what I'm saying. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm saying in a positive way. Because what it means is that you're gonna be with each other for the rest of your lives. That is the only dead end that should be happening in relationships. Not dead ends of let me go and challenge myself, and then by the time I challenge myself, I wasted God knows how many years, and in that time I realized that, you know what? I actually don't even know why I even love you. I mean, I got what I wanted, but why the hell do I love you? But either way, though, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. Shahida should too, but it's quite possible she simply never dated someone as deceptive as Bilal. Again, obviously, I've given my explanation. So, once a bad dude has made you fall head over heels in love with him, it can be hard to leave him, even when they start abusing you. Now, of course, to be fair, that one itself in particular is a different type of topic, a different type of turn, and that's something that I'm not looking to necessarily get into. But I will say this though, when it comes to situations where abuse then does become a factor in a relationship, 100% that is one of the hardest places, one of the hardest positions anyone would find to get out of, because at that point you got fear running, you got fear in your head, you got doubt in your head, you got lack of confidence, self-esteem's all over the place. So many things crush you down that when it comes to having willpower, your willpower is so destroyed that find the oomph to find and leave that person, of course, is always going to be challenging. But this is why you can prevent these things before even goes as far as that. At the end of the day, if you're dealing with a guy or a female that is legit showing you the world and treating you like a complete king or queen, I mean, to be honest with you, the moment that they have that slip up, take it seriously. Don't take it as if it's just a slip up. Because to be honest with you, if it was perfect for a good month, 2 months, 3 months, and then boom, all of a sudden they do a slip up, and the slip up is quite crucial, to be honest with you. In fact, the slip up would normally be your red flag. Well, guess what? It is still your red flag. Don't let it slide just because it's been better this time around. Just because the red flag came 2 months later than the previous relationship. That doesn't mean a goddamn thing. If it's come up, it's come up. You acknowledge it, and hopefully you look to leave, or you address it and see what the reaction is. And if the reaction isn't the way it needs to be, well, then you now need to leave. If the reaction is reasonable and you're like, okay, I understand this person knows accountability, then fair enough, you let it slide for a little bit. But when something else happens again, that's the red flag. At that point, I don't know why you're even looking for a third chance. I don't even know why you're even looking for an explanation, because to be honest with you, at that point, that's when you know that person is now on the journey of bringing out who they truly are. And to be honest with you, if they couldn't bring out who they truly was at the very beginning, well then one, that wastes your time, and two, do you want to continue wasting more time? Me in particular, hell to the no. So I'd bounce immediately. But that's just my opinion. That's the way I would do things. You guys let me know what the hell you're thinking, and we'll most likely talk about it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and peace.